Hi, Nutrition Greenhouse. My name is Christopher Burnow. I am founder and acting CEO at Vroom Technology. We are an early stage media tech startup that's transforming the way brands interact with their target audiences through exciting new immersive and interactive technologies. We created this video to supplement our application and just kind of fill in some of the blanks and add some color around just the scope and magnitude of the value that we provide in the markets that we serve. But one thing that we wanted to call out here early on is a question we thought you might have, and that is, why would a media tech startup be so interested in working with a nutrition accelerator? Or on the flip side, why would a nutrition accelerator be interested in a media tech startup? On the surface, it doesn't seem to make a ton of sense, but if you give me just a few minutes, I'm going to go through some of the key market factors and some of the key technology forces, as well as how our technology leverages those, and really come back and connect the dots and answer that question. And hopefully, land us a position with you guys in Chicago next month where we can go into this in much more detail. So let's get started. First of all, let's take a quick look at the market. So the way we humans consume media is and has been changing, I'd argue, ever since the acquisition of YouTube back in 2006 by Google. We're no longer just passively consuming what's provided to us by the networks. No, we're actively producing the content as well. And it's a blend. It's a give and it's a take. And that's very new. The thing is, though, is that change isn't going to slow down anytime soon. And all the work that's been done over the past few years by marketing directors and CMOs, they're just getting started. There's all kinds of new technology that's coming online fast that's going to continue to change the opportunity to engage target audiences and really tell a brand story differently. In addition to the market factors, there's some incredible technology factors that are coming online simultaneously and fast. One key example is browsers. Browsers are coming online very quickly with new features and functionality that used to just be reserved for apps. You used to have to go to the App Store and download an app in order for that type of functionality or feature to happen on your phone. Browsers are waking up to this and quickly getting into the game and making their browsers a lot more powerful than just windows into the web. Furthermore, 5G is coming online hyper fast globally and allowing the size and speed at which we consume media to increase exponentially. So you know all those little updates you get on your phone, before you go to bed or when you wake up? Yeah, that's how this is going down. There's not going to be a big aha moment here. This is all happening incrementally. And for brands and advertisers who aren't paying attention to the nuances, they could get caught off guard. We know that the media landscape for immersive media is can be confusing for brands. We've been working in this space since 2009 as active immersive producers, and then turned platform developers to try and automate some of the most common tasks and reduce costs. And that's exactly what we've done. We've been working with some of the biggest brands in technology, Google Chrome, Mozilla Firefox, Amazon, and more, to really try and understand the drivers of incredibly powerful and incredibly high quality end user experiences. And as a result, we come to the market with a set of tools that reduce the barriers to entry for brands and reduce risks and reduce costs. In our case studies, no less than 60%. In addition, because we're blockchain based, we provide hyper secure environment for these transactions to take place. Everything is based on smart contracts, and distribution is over IPFS, Interplanetary File System, which is a blockchain-based file distribution. At a super high level, our platform on one side consists of the contributors, and the contributors are the asset owners themselves, the brands, the IP owners, who put their assets, their 2D assets, into Vroom and allow talent, which are game developers, immersive content designers, virtual world builders to come in and kind of mash up those assets and create an entirely new experience from those 2D assets that can be used in virtual worlds and games and that sort of thing. On the downstream, on the consumption side, you notice we have three categories: room scale, stadium scale, and city scale. And they dovetail perfectly with the media types that are rapidly growing that I showed you on the first slide. A little bit more granular here. For brands and talent, I want to stress here that we're not trying to replace any of the content management or digital asset management tools that the brands currently have, nor are we trying to replace any of the development tools like the Adobe Suite or Blender or A-Frame that the developers use to create these immersive and volumetric game objects and experiences. On the contrary, we know that brands and talent are using tools that they've become very accustomed to. We interact with those brands and tools and add a layer of functionality on top of them, and through APIs and very easy to use and lightweight plugins, we can exponentially increase the value of a particular asset by making it volumetric and 360 in nature for distribution into virtual worlds and 3D environments. That's when things start to get really cool. Once a brand approves an asset, it becomes available in our experience engine. And this is where really the stars of the show, the publishers themselves, the streamers, the gamers, come and can kind of cherry pick experiences that they know their fans will love. So our experience repository is a very diverse place. And there's all kinds of experiences that publishers can come and pick and choose. The great thing is that brands retain full control over what gets approved to go here and full transparency into where they're being deployed and what kind of ROI and what kind of responses are being obtained from the publishers in their environments. We can go into this in a lot more detail, but I did make a promise to you and I want to keep it. And that is, why is Vroom, or really a media tech startup like ours, a great asset for Nutrition Greenhouse and the other cohorts in the program? Well, here's the deal. Big powerhouses like data powerhouses like SuperData and Nielsen are bringing a lot of interesting data to the forefront, and as are we in our own internal research. What we're finding is that end users are saying the brands are missing from the equation right now. And that makes a lot of sense. Brands can really enhance any kind of experience if it's done properly. And here's the catch. Consumers are looking for brand engagement, but the brand engagement has to be endemic for the environment that the gamer or the virtual world enthusiast is in at the moment. So there's a lot of room for error here, and brands can really screw up and do more damage than good if they're not careful. There are some great examples of this, actually, that I'd be happy to share with you if you're interested. But the bottom line is, food and beverage brands are considered endemic across every single subcategory on our servers. That means that end users are actually waiting for food and beverage brands to get involved and get in the game. We make that happen. And on the flip side, for us, being able to work with a food and beverage accelerator, it would be incredible. We know there are a tremendous amount of enterprise applications that could apply to this technology, from in-store planogramming and on and on. We would love to talk to you about that, and we know the results that we get from participation in this would be far beyond anything we could get from another accelerator. That's why we're so interested in working specifically with the Nutrition Greenhouse team. So we really hold the key collectively to immediate access to a very active, lucrative, and rapidly growing consumer base. I also want to say that we do have an opportunity to do an awful lot of good here too. We know that on game days, gamers aren't as physically active as they might be if they were on campus that day or working. And so it creates a tremendous amount of opportunity for Nutrition Greenhouse and the other cohorts to really educate people about better snack choices and better beverage choices when they may not be being as physically active. We take that responsibility really seriously, and it's another great reason, a way that we could do some great work together. So at a super high level and in conclusion here, we have some very powerful blockchain-based technology that creates new opportunities for brands to connect with their target audiences. We have some incredibly powerful partners, And our leadership team is really incredible as well. Alyssa Crevier, incoming CEO from Spotify. She has a ton of media distribution experience. My background is in enterprise hosting and data centers. The timing is perfect. Steve Jobs said you can't connect the dots looking forward, you have to connect them back. And that's exactly what we've been doing for the past 2 years with Google Chrome, Mozilla Firefox, Amazon, and more. We've created incredibly airtight workflows that eliminate the risks and reduce the cost for brands and create a tremendous amount of opportunity for brands and end users to engage in new ways. So we hope you'll give us a shot and let us come up to Chicago and explore these opportunities with you more. We think we bring an awful lot to the table, and we know for sure that a relationship with Nutrition Greenhouse could really help us fine-tune our tools that we're creating for the developers and brands and really get our MVP in great shape for Q2 2019 when we plan to go live. So thank you very much for your time, and we look forward to seeing you in Chicago next month. Thanks, everybody.